Davide Mancini from Soundmachines, and this year we are at Superbooth with well, many news and a big collaboration. We've been in the pipeline for the last several months with IK Multimedia to bring to you the new Uno Synth. That is, yeah, maybe a big anticipated news of this Superbooth. It's a dual oscillator, discrete filter, low-cost synth with many capabilities, and we collaborated with them since the beginning in developing the electronic and the voice and all the firmware of the machine. So we are really proud to being part of this big news today. Other than that, we didn't slept, and we defined and brought to the Superbooth other stuff like mainly the arches. That is our tactile interface, universal tactile interface, as we call it. The new aesthetic version of the Modular 114. That is our all-in-one Eurorack compatible modular synthesizer. And the new product is also the DS1 Drum Station. That is basically a bundle of some of our most successful modules oriented to the composition and performance of rhythmic stuff, housed in a self-contained enclosure with an internal power supply. Obviously, as with any other product, you can take off the module from the box and house it into your Eurorack case. Okay, I will start talking about the arches. Arches is currently under a Kickstarter campaign. It is pretty successful because in just 6 days we are up more than 85% of the target, and it's going strong. We are expecting also an increased interest during the Superbooth because the people that can come here and test it. As you can see, it's composed of a tactile interface and a part of jack bay and user interface with a couple of encoders and some buttons. There is also a small OLED that will lead you in configuring everything. Basically, what we have here is a lot of single controllers that can be grouped to form keyboards, what we are calling virtual keyboards, and then you can drive these keyboards to any of the 30 outputs of the machine. One important thing is that Arches is compatible to Eurorack, but also to Buchla standard, volt per hertz. And maybe today someone asked me to make it compatible also for the EMS VCS3 tracking system, and we are thinking about this. So in this case, you can define some keyboards. Now I just defined two keyboards. One is this. The sounds are coming from the modular. The other one is the row of pressure-sensitive buttons on the top. You can associate a note to each of the buttons of the keyboard for all the keyboard that you are using. You have also these thumb pads that stays right under your thumbs. And in this case, I just used one dimension of this one to modify the delay time of the FX unit here. You can just as an example, the interesting fact is that you can also use the unassigned elements to output CV and gate to any of the output. So the idea is to have a centerpiece for your performance where you have different machines, different standards maybe. Another thing is that you can, this will be also MIDI enabled, either wired and wireless, so you can connect to your machine, MIDI machines, and change the, for example, the control change numbers via the sliders. You can record and play later the slider values, and at the end you will have a scene or a preset that you can save and recall at another time. So for the people that that plays live or make improvisation on ambient stuff, or also noise or something like that, this can be a very interesting piece of equipment, because they have the opportunity to have a single point of composition. Okay, let me call it this way. And so this is just an example of what you can do. To enrich the demo, I can show you the DS1, the drum station. There is a sequencer, there is a drum voice with 6 channels, and there are 4 light strip. This is one of our most successful modules. There are 1,000 in the market, and it's particularly studied to have the possibility to drive the 4 control voltage input of the sequencer. With them you can modify pretty much every parameter of the machine with the control voltage generated by this one. For example, I just put the random generation of the snares in the first one, and in the second one, for example, I can mute the bass drum. Now I'm muting the bass drum when I have a voltage here, and the interesting fact is that I can also automate this, and also the other one. So the rhythm will move as the voltages here will move. You can also change obviously the sounds here. You can add some reverb, and it's we are calling a creative bundle of modules. It will obviously sell for a discounted price respect to the price of the single modules, and you can use it as is because it has just the need of a 12-volt adapters. And so this is the other new product for this year. The other one is a aesthetic revamping of our successful modular 114 synthesizer. This is a fully analog. It has something like 22 different modules, and everything is analog apart from the effect. And you have also a very interesting MIDI to control voltage interface, ribbon controller, quantizer, and many non-trivial modules. You have also a logic part with clock divider, logic gates, so you can do rhythmic stuff based on clock manipulation. And as you can see, we are driving toward a new aesthetic that is black and white. And so this is the first time that we show the first family of product with with this new color scheme. All of our modules, the new product, the new self-contained products, are all compatible with the VESA mount. I think that we are the first to do this because the modular is for 2 years ago, and as you can see, you can mount on a monitor stand like this with four arms, but also you can have a smaller unit that just raises your instrument above the desk level, and it's a very nice addition to the specification of this family of products from our side. Apart from this, we have our classic line of modules, including the BI1 brain interface, Mindwave to control voltage stuff. Those are currently under production, so they will be in stock again soon, along with the NS1 Nano Synth, that is one of the best sellers that we have. Modulo 114 will be available in a month or so it's just being produced now. The same applies to this one, to the DS1. It will soon have the page on the website, because we did it for the fair. We didn't have the time to update the website. The Arches is currently under Kickstarter. The Kickstarter will end at the end of May, and the availability is previewed for the end of July. So we have short-term availability of everything that we are showing right now. And also the Uno Synth will be available at the end of July. So yeah, we worked a lot in the last month.